The 5 things one should know about Om before starting to chant. Number 1, how sound works. The sound of Om is deeply embedded in Hindu philosophy, and to comprehend its profound effect, one must have a basic understanding of sound. See, though many comprehend sound as merely something to be heard, its mechanics is more scientific. Sound is made up of vibrations which are produced from a source, travels through the air, and then are picked up by the ear before being interpreted by our brain, which assigns them some value. That is how we can distinguish between a melody and a noise. The number of vibrations per second is known as frequency. Because all matter is composed of atomic material, which is in constant motion, everything and everyone vibrates on some frequency. Om is called the original vibration of the universe because it vibrates at the frequency of 432 Hz, as per the scientist, which is the same vibrational frequency found throughout everything in nature. From this first vibration, all other vibrations are able to manifest. Hence, Om is known as the primordial sound of creation. Primordial means that which exists from the beginning of time. Secondly, why do we meditate on Om? Om is said to impact a person's physical, emotional, and mental state. By chanting Om, we can align our frequency with that of the original frequency of the universe. Om is a seed of transcendental sound. Transcendental means that which elevates our consciousness or enhances us spiritually. By chanting Om, the mind becomes aligned with the breath, which enables a person to get into an elevated state of consciousness. Our mind is materially absorbed most of the time. Hence, this process of elevation of the mind enables a person to have a one-pointed focus, which is the first step towards spiritual advancement. Like a tiny seed can grow up to be a huge tree with proper fertilizers and water, the human mind can evolve to reach higher levels of consciousness by sincerely attuning to the sound of Om, since the frequency of the universe builds harmony and oneness. Number 3, symbolism of Om. Symbol of Om represents 5 different states of consciousness. The large lower curve marks the normal waking state or conscious state. In this condition, the mind identifies itself with the physical body and perceives the world through its 5 senses. The upper curve indicates the unconscious state or that of deep sleep. This is a state of total unawareness in which one is in deep, dreamless sleep, withdrawn from both physical and mental activities. The middle curve denotes the dream state. The dream state is in between deep sleep and waking state, where a person explores the subconsciousness. Here, our consciousness is turned inwards as our fears, hopes, desires manifest themselves in an imaginary world. The dot is a symbol of enlightenment. In this state, a person becomes harmonized with the Absolute, the God, and realizes himself with total freedom from worldly affairs and is ecstatic. This state is hard to understand as it's beyond the mundane senses and can only be achieved through spiritual practices. The crescent represents illusion or Maya, which separates 3 curves from the dot. Here, illusion is which binds an individual to the material world. We chant Om in order to transcend these 3 curves of material consciousness and attain the dot of enlightenment. Number 4, the sacred trinity of Om. During the chant, Om is often broken down in 3 syllables, A, O, and This represents a number of sacred trinities. The different conditions of consciousness, waking state, dreaming state, and the deep sleep state. Second, the holy trinity of creation, preservation, and destruction of the universe, the three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Third, the three original Vedic scriptures, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and Samveda. The three different worlds, earth, atmosphere, and space. The three aspects of time, past, present, and future. The three main planets, sun, moon, and earth. Hence, it all comes together with the trinity. That's Om. Number 5, how do we chant Om? Although it can be chanted without specific awareness, the effect of the chant multiplies fewfolds when we associate them with the energy centers of our body, which are called the chakras. The 7 chakras in the body relates to the physical, psychological, and spiritual aspects of our lives. This also provides a path through which the sound of Om begins, passes through, and eventually dissolves. Om begins at the solar plexus chakra near the diaphragm, where the ah of the syllable is emphasized. As the sound progresses, Oo sustains the mantra through the heart, throat, third eye chakra until it reaches to the crown. The sound dissolves at the crown chakra, at which point the mantra has developed into its last part of This is how Om should be chanted, starting from the solar plexus until the top of the head. Ultimately, regardless of technique, chanting Om is about connecting to the divine. As long as the intention is sincere, everything else will fall into place. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to the channel to continue watching similar contents. Thank you for watching. Namaste.